everybody, welcome back. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties there, but we are up and running again. Luckily, none of the awesome gaming was lost. We were on break, so no muss, no fuss, no coconuts. That's not how it goes, but you know what I'm saying. I'm Johananon, and I'm back.
I'm Casualty CDG. No muss, no fuss, no coconuts. Find me at Casualty CDG on all my social medias. Today, I'll be playing Baseball Ben. I'm excited to jump back into this twisted Neverland telling. I've been advised from our viewers that even though this isn't a typical monster or horror story, you should probably watch this with the lights on, or else Peter might come and take you out in the night.
Oh, wow, I feel like I have to mention this. Mr. Schnoggles has cheered 100 bits and gifted 5 Tier 1 subscriptions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Schnaggles.
Thank you so much. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Kapow.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Pow, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which are usually at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, or Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Pow does stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and this time I'm playing a 8-year-old Chinese railroad worker who's pretty much a dead mother of the Lost Boys.
Which is your spirit animal.
Just as a reminder, I'm Dungeon Mr. Tai, Adventure Slaying Productions, indie company as well. And adventureslaying.com is the website if you want to find stuff about what we're doing. And there's lots going on and building up. Meanwhile, I am playing Haven, a very old 14-year-old who is about to lead an expedition away from one death and toward another.
And I am Joshua Sullivan, Milestone Play. I'm a professional dungeon master, and lucky enough to be playing with Fresh Out the Box and our guests, and we are returning to Neverland. We get back into our story. Our Lost Boys have gathered themselves together, the oldest underneath Hangman's Tree. You head out on a mission from Peter Pan. Peter having been told that there are pirates at the lookout. He's given order/permission to allow you guys to continue on. I have something from Mr. Kapow.
Yes, actually, before we leave, think, depending on Tinkerbell's relationship with Peter, whether she's sides with Peter or the more concerned about the Lost Boys, Snaps might really quickly just kind of have a quote-unquote word with her.
That would be the most exciting conversation I would love to roleplay, but first let's get an occult roll in, as you are trying to get information about one of the akin of the island.
I got a 5.
5. Okay, that is enough for, surprisingly, a crit. So the initial information... Yeah, no. You are a Lost Boy asking about specifically Tinkerbell. No other fairies. You were asking about Tinkerbell. So that is going to be set at a easy. So that is a 2 for the base and doubles that to 4. So a 5 is worth a crit. Yeah, so with Tinkerbell, you know that fairies tend to only be large enough for a single emotion at a time. That Tinkerbell loves Peter. Loves Peter. One of her greatest disdains in life is the fact that he and Peter are not the same. Peter is elfin, is slowly becoming more and more pixie and fairy as he spends time here and as he is surrounded by pixie dust. But Tinkerbell cannot interact with him how she wishes. So most of her emotional and mental space is taken up by that love. And when it's not, it tends to go towards jealousy or anger. So that is your initial information that you know, having grown up around Tink. With a crit, you get to choose for rolling for knowledge between intuition, where I make a connection for you, or uncommon knowledge, I tell you something you have no right to know.
Holy shit.
Well, I gotta go with that uncommon knowledge.
We've already spoken about Lank. Lank having been sent away. Lank was nowhere near as abrasive to some of the things that Peter was doing as you or Haven have been. In fact, Peter liked Lank. Lank maintained a childlike essence despite getting older. It was under Tink's supervision that perhaps Peter's ideas started to change about Lank.
Real quick, we had a bunch of subs and stuff. We have a hype train going. So right now, if you cheer or sub or gift a sub, I think right now you unlock a hype train emote. So we've never had one before. This is our first one. So like, woo woo, like awesome. Thank you everybody. We appreciate
All
it.
aboard the hype train.
All right.
We're going to fight pirates.
To get to the game, I'm gonna have Snap before they leave. He knows he's concerned. He's already kind of concerned about Peter's, actually his most recent attitude, and he kind of feels that might stem from Tink, her kind of obsessive behavior about Peter. So he's a little concerned about leaving the other boys alone, but he knows he has to go on this mission with the rest of the group to look after them. So before he leaves, he's going to kind of take aside one of the older kids, just kind of, let them know that, hey, watch the kids, just in case, keep an eye on Peter, but especially keep an eye on Tink.
Okay. The kid that you pulled aside, his name is Chip. He's actually a tiny bit taller than you, but he's very skinny, slightly malnourished. But his hands are very strong, and like he's somebody that's figuring out how to just like break open coconuts. So very good, very very useful for the Lost Boys. And as you are bringing this up, he just kind of like, what? Wendy coming back? Is Tink gonna get us in trouble again because Wendy's coming back?
Snaps just kind of shakes his head like I don't think I don't think so, and kind of makes the hand motions and everything about if only you would be lucky if Wendy would come back. But just have a bad feeling, especially about Peter and Tink.
So is there anything that can happen where like we might want to start doing a Wendy dance? Like is there like a sign to us to start doing a Wendy dance to try and call her back?
Now just kind of shakes his head, just goes, not now, and if anything, just for now, watch over the kids, especially the younger ones, because when Wendy does come back and sees anything bad happens to young kids, she'll be really disappointed, and I'll tell Wendy it was you who let her down.
Wouldn't it? Would you? I can intimidate.
Only if you keep an eye on the kids.
You can intimidate.
Intimidate? Okay.
Yeah.
Five.
Okay. Okay. Sir.
Snap's gonna pat his shoulder and kind of reaches in his his backpack and pulls out 3 the sweeter berries that the kids like.
Yes.
He kind of puts his finger on his lips like, don't let Peter know.
Ooh, never.
And he's gonna go back to the rest of the party.
Yeah, Haven's like, come on, Snap. Gotta go. We don't want the pirates to get away.
Snaps his nods, and he kind of hikes up his pants, which has a hatchet, and it'll say this is a Bowie knife on it.
As you
And
guys
you're wearing your
gather up,
shorts, shorty.
there is
Yeah.
there's a chill breeze on the air as you guys gather up, preparing to head out. You still have probably another 2 hours before sunset, but the temperature has already fallen 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Peter's mood has changed.
Why I don't like living on the coast. It always gets cold. Every time, even during the daytime, it's cold. But at night, then it gets really cold. And then the fog might come in. And we can't see anything.
I am going
Bennett.
to attempt to warm myself up by re-upping my chest mud.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna try and elicit some of the smaller kids like it's a game. Like, yeah, give me. and then, yeah, the mud fight starts very shortly after that. And then I imagine I'm pulled away to go on this adventure.
I'm gonna say Snaps kind of grabs Shorty by the ear, kind of just pulls him towards them.
Shorty,
Y'all have the same idea.
Okay.
You can have the other ear. We'll each grab a ear.
come on,
The
guys.
right.
My head's in between there.
I'll be waiting by the trailhead when you guys come out.
I was going to say, at the trailhead, I'm like, okay, guys. All right, look. We have to be kind of quiet when we get up there. We have to head into a place where we saw the pirates. And I take out my stone shiv. I hold it up. All right. We're serious now.
I'm serious now.
Yeah.
I'll club my
None of your damn swearing.
my big stick on my hand and like make a serious face. I like the pirates
that
because
thought.
we can hit them as hard as we want and no one gets mad.
Snaps
Yeah,
has
dude.
his sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Snaps has his hatchet out and just goes. He looks over at Haven, and just goes, "We should stick to the," and kind of motions. We should stick to the bushes, the brush.
No, you're right. That is absolutely right. If we were in the city, we would stay out of the light. I'm surprised I even remember that. Okay, I'll go first. Hey, wait a minute. Ben, is there anything that you want to say about? I mean, like, do we have another idea? Or are we just going to go up to the lookout hill?
Figure Snaps knows these woods best. Snaps, you want to lead the way, keep it quiet, and take us up to that lookout. We'll follow you.
Snap nods. He kind of like on the ground. He's with his hatchet. So he kind of draws a kind of a line, and the number we'll say 10 next to it, which indicates keep 10 feet behind me. Oh, and actually, question for the game master. Right now, is there a moon out? Is it completely dark?
You guys are still about 2 hours before sunset, so
Oh, okay.
we have had this massive temperature drop purely due to Peter's mood. You guys have a couple hours of travel before you even get to needing that sort of light.
Okay. Well, do we know if it's going to be a full moon tonight?
You
or...
would. It is going to be a waxing gibbous, so it's
Okay.
mostly full, but it's not going to be completely full.
Okay. Is it Snap's just gonna draw kind of the a waxing gibbous moon on the ground, so as kind of a warning, like make sure to keep in the brush, keep in the dark. The moon's gonna be out tonight.
I will nod, and I won't say anything, and I'll make like a yeah, that's a good idea face. And I'm totally going to collect 10 rocks at some point during this this journey, Keep an eye out for 10 rocks. Got it, Snaps. No problem. I'm your guy.
Okay, if you guys are ready to head out, I think that is
Yeah.
going to be having Snaps do a survival challenge roll. See how well he
Alright.
guides you through the wilderness.
Meanwhile, I'm going to kind of hang back with Ben. And I'm going to be like, hey, if you got another idea at any time, throw it out there. We'll talk about it.
The
Like,
only plan
maybe we
I've
get up
got,
to the lookout.
the only plan I've got right now is if shit hits the fan, then we send short stuff running at it so we can get away.
Okay, I like that part. And then I think maybe what we do after we find out where the pirates are, if they're heading more like towards the tree, we go to the coast and we find their boat, and maybe that's how we get out of here. And by the way, you owe a stone to the swear jar.
We're allowed to swear when we're out here. We're on a mission.
That's right. That's my own rule. Good. All right, damn it. Let's do this.
All right, damn it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, damn it.
Damn it.
Hey, Hamvin, what are you, baked? Honey glazed or black forest?
Hey, why don't you just keep going? Out here on the Black Forest, dark as night.
Oh, I'll be impressed by
Just
that
go.
answer and be like, oh,
When
Keep going.
you know that I got the lucky number 13 on my roll.
Yeah. I should have increased the target numbers because you're critting all over the place. So as a challenge roll, not only do you do the thing that you set out to do, but you can double or nothing, momentum or flare. This first roll is getting you halfway up the mountain. So this is a moment where double or nothing could be used. You do another roll, this one with a penalty die, so you just roll one less die. And if you succeed on the second roll, you do this all in the initial time frame that you set out to do, or you can momentum how you have before, or you can flare it to take the narrative.
What? Jahan kind of he's familiar with my play style. I like to be prepared. I like to save up for charge. Let's say I like to charge the X blaster for one big hit later on. So we're going to go with I'm going to save that roll.
Okay, so you're taking momentum. You have a bonus die, one additional die that you can roll, and you can use that on the next related task. In this case, a related task is going to be during the journey from the Hangman's Tree up to the lookout. Any roll you do in there, the next one, you get a bonus die on.
All right. Do I still have my +1 also from my other survival roll from earlier in the game?
That would have went away as we
Okay.
moved away from the food situation. I took that bonus die into consideration when you went, hey, I got extras, right? And
Okay.
I just slowly shifted that from momentum flare
Gotcha.
for you.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say, how much bonus die can I bank in this game?
And now, it's situational based.
Yeah.
You are taking momentum on the action, so if you don't continue with that series of actions, the momentum dies away.
All right. Well, Snap's gonna lead the party up the hill. He's also gonna make sure he's gonna put some dirt and moss over the metal part of the hatchet so it doesn't reflect any light. Case.
I will also encase my weapon in mud because I see him do it. But more importantly, during this journey, I'm going to give Ben a flat tire. Just FYI. Just FYI, I am going to do it. I'm sorry, it's really easy for me to roleplay the child. I remember exactly how I was as a kid. And this is it. You're watching it.
All right, there's a new marching order. I'll turn around and shove you to the ground. I'm after Snaps, and then Haven, and then Short Stuff is last. That way, if he gets distracted, we could just leave him in the forest.
And I cuff Shorty on the back of the head as I walk by, too.
Ah,
Knock it off. We're serious out here. Remember, serious.
I forgot.
Snaps looks back to the group, quietly snaps his fingers, and kind of goes up.
Hey, Haven, you're not mad, huh?
I'll reach a
You were
hand
just
down
kidding,
to
right?
help you up.
I'm not mad yet.
Oh, good.
Serious.
Serious.
I mean, I gave you 3 swear stones. Well, one was a shell, but it was a peanut or a nutshell. But anyway, and you had those. You used them all. I gave those to you. You're ahead of the game. Serious. Do this for me because I got to do this for Peter.
Okay. Fine. I'll like kick a rock.
Hey, pick that up.
Oh yeah, we need 10 of them. I'm gonna go grab that rock.
As you run forward to get the rock that you picked, it kind of moves forward along the path towards the edge where you have a bunch of shrubbery. And as you reach down to grab it, another hand goes out and grabs it. Small, furred, about a quarter the size of your own hand. And as you like look up in that awkward moment of like, oh, who else is picking up my papers? You see a snub-nosed monkey.
Yes.
Wide eyes looking at you.
I would like to roll animal handling to play with it immediately.
Okay.
8.
8. Put your other hand on the rock. It puts its hand on the rock. You start slapping, and the slapping slowly elevates from the rock up into the air. You're just across each other. It jumps up onto your shoulder. You grab it, and it just starts going all across your body, grabbing just chunks of mud off of you, and then just stacking it on your head.
Monkey, cut it out. We're supposed to be serious. They're gonna get mad at me.
Hey, Ben, let's ditch him.
Yeah, I'd keep walking. Absolutely. You're 100% right. If Snaps is moving, I'm moving.
Snaps at this point kind of, I kind of want to say he notices that the guys aren't really behind him anymore, so he kind of goes back and just kind of goes, hell.
I'm a
We're
point.
coming.
I'm a point. I made a friend. His name is Points.
He doesn't need it. Doesn't need a name. Too late.
With his pointer.
Snaps looks over at Haven and just looks over at Shorty and just goes, pulls his hand up to his ear, like, go grab his ear. Grab his ear. Grab his ear.
The monkey grabs my ear. Like, nice. I got monkey.
I'll go grab his ear.
bumps.
And I'm trying to shoo the monkey away.
I put my stick up. I'm like, no, this is my friend.
I look back. Are the other two still moving down the trail?
Not yet. Snaps is just gonna look over at Snaps' friend, and then and Haven just goes, just make sure they're quiet. Let's get this over with.
Go on. Shh. Shorty, I have an idea. I have a good idea. You stay here with the monkey. You don't want him to leave his house. You don't want him to leave his area. You stay here with him, and we'll come back for you. And then I can turn around and walk up the trail. Then I'd shoo the other two. Let's go.
I'm gonna look around. I'm like, I don't want to stay here. I'm gonna run after them.
Monkey's coming with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted when I took animal handling. I'm getting my dream come true here. So.
Okay.
I mean, if you're a kid, of course you want a pet monkey.
John, you were booned for your priorities.
Yeah.
I do want to throw this over to Baseball Ben now. As all this is going on, is there anything that you want to make note of during the first half of your travel up the mountain?
So I did see the pirates moving like up a ridge or up a trail. I'd like to make sure that we're not about to intersect that. Sort of like a cartography check in my head, if you would.
Okay. For a cartography check in your head, I'm going to let this either be a survival or a notice, your choice.
Okay, I'll take notice. I have 2 skill points in notice, which means I'll roll 2d6 for that. And I rolled an 8.
Ooh, okay. Not enough for a crit, but definitely a hit. As you kind of think back to where you saw them, you know this side of the island much better than the southern side. The southern side has a whole bunch more nasty stuff, and you really only go there with Peter. You don't want to go to Mermaid Lagoon unless you have the one person that the mermaids actually like. So this side of the island you know much better, and you start to track through those lines, and you don't think you're going to be intersecting, In fact, you actually think that you are going to be coming up behind them, as the point where your trail intersects with theirs is going to be a part they already passed.
SNES, we're going to come up behind them. This is where their trail basically intersects. So here in an hour or so, maybe a few more, we should be walking right up on them. It might be time to move quietly. An hour or two.
Snaps, nods, and kind of looks at the group, points at Ben and Haven. Then when we get, basically motions, when we get there, you guys go to the right, and then he pats himself and Shorty goes, and we're going to the left. Opposite ends.
So normally I'd say, what if I don't want to go right when we get there? But if you're taking Shorty with you, I'm good with it.
Same.
And pointer's coming. Point
Yeah,
of
with
fact. Point of
Shorty.
fact with Shorty. I'm Shorty.
Snap kind of takes his fingers and just kind of closes Shorty's lips together.
I'm gonna like narrow my eyes in like a serious face and be like, serious time. I'll be good. But then I kind of start grinning.
You guys reconvene in this idea of, yes, we have to be serious. We're getting relatively close within the next probably hour and a half, getting up to where you're going to definitely get to pirates. You guys hear just this faint of very fast little free wings north side of where you guys are traveling, just kind of 30 degrees off from the path. After you hear that, there's a second set up 60 degrees off the left side.
Are these separate? Can we tell if they're separate sources or if it's the same?
Separate.
And then do they sound like? Is that like sounds like Tinkerbell? Is it similar to that
Relatively
kind of?
similar, yeah.
Okay. Hey, mosquitoes.
These parts of the woods safe? Is there anything out here we should have worried about first?
There's nothing safe here, not not in the camp, and not out here. Anyway, do you see anything? Looking into the shrubbery.
Just roll.
Which one?
Notice.
Oh, notice. Got it. 2.
You taking the leadership position, you look around and heard them. You know they're there. Dastardly creatures, probably invisible, unseeable by anybody.
I don't see them, so I don't think they can see us. We're good.
And we all hear this, right? I'll just be looking around. I'll look at the monkey. I'm like, was that you? Oh, is he trying to tell me what it... All right, can I use my animal handling to try and understand him? Yeah. 8.
It's
It's my high.
Crit.
It's my high thing. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Perfect.
this one is going to be easier if you let me know intuition or uncommon knowledge beforehand, so I can go just deeper in that direction.
Well, I'm being told this by a monkey. I feel like he might have some pretty uncommon knowledge. So, I'm in on that.
Okay, so he goes through the repetitions of like putting his hands up behind his head, like flapping them back and forth as he's just going, making all that noise as he's doing it. And then he starts like swatting at things overhead, kind of like grabbing things, pretending to then like smash them into rocks as he goes through this entire charade of You guys having entered into a part of the woods that are commonly held by a small collective of fairies, a small court of them, how they very much like to be a nuisance, and basically they just pepper all of the little monkey clans with pixie dust and peppers and things that are basically hallucinogenics, where he's just going through this big description of things going from a rock to a giant elephant to then flowing like a river down. And as he's going, he's just getting really exasperated in the fact that every time they grab them and they smash them, that they don't die, they just appear someplace else, and that these are a huge nuisance to the general welfare of the regular animals of the area, but they don't interact with you guys whenever you're coming through because you're a big group, or because you have Peter with, or like Tinkerbell has claimed you guys. As he gets further and further into this, the uncommon knowledge you are getting is Monkey has already determined that Tinkerbell has no longer claimed you guys. The monkey has figured out that you are now separate from the rest of the group, and that's what these fairies are reacting to.
Oh no. The monkey said that we're different now, and the fairies are mad at us because we smell like ham.
Not all of this.
I'm gonna shoot a look right at Haven.
The snap.
First, I don't smell like ham. Second,
Debatable.
even if I did,
We,
that's not a good reason.
We should get out of here before they turn the rocks into elephants. I have 10 in my pocket, and that would be worrisome.
Yeah, your pants will fall off.
Yeah, and then you guys should see my wiener.
All right.
I was wondering, can I actually use that what is it? I think it's called momentum for my survival roll to know if there's like a shortcut or somewhere around thing.
You can. So this is going to be another survival roll. So this is going to be our first 4d6 roll.
Yeah.
We also, I would like to remind that we have some boons floating around. Everyone has one except for Ty, because Ty's got canceled by a doom by the same person.
Wow.
All right. A private message me. I want to know who that was.
Who,
Dungeon Mr. Ty on Twitter. I dare you.
In this game, what does the boons do?
The boons give you a another bonus die. However, this game maxes out at 46.
That's fair.
I got a ham boon.
I got a 14 on this.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely have a route, and you have a route that can immediately get you guys out of here. And it will get you much closer to the pirates, and it will take you by what is essentially an old native relic, like a small monolith, that is a ward to fairies. It's your crit.
Snaps is looking at the group and kind of he kind of with his hatchet kind of draws a rough estimate of the current location in, and kind of draws kind of like past himself and past the rest of the group. Points out the rest of the group. We should go this way to avoid the fairies.
I'm gonna hold my baseball gear bag real tight and make sure I've got eyes on the zipper so the fairies don't take my stuff.
Notice check.
Notice check. Oh,
Yes.
Look at this.
Because things have been happening.
My notice is a 2, so I'll be rolling 2d6. Oh, gotta love it when Snake Eyes pops up.
Ooh.
So a miss on a challenge roll as the story gets pushed in a negative direction, and as you now think, oh, I'm going to check over all of this. 2 of your baseballs and 1 of your bats is already gone.
Mother fairies.
You have to put a leaf in the swear jar for that, I think.
We're allowed to swear when we're out here.
Oh, I keep forgetting my rule. All right, I won't forget it again.
Snap's gonna look at the group. He just snaps his fingers a couple times. And like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah,
guys,
let's vamoose.
Pay attention to snaps. Jeez.
as Snaps is going at it, trying to get your attention, Fairy over top, and there's a of dust across Haven. Haven, I need you to do a discipline roll. Staying alive.
Discipline. Oh boy. Here comes the magic.
Ty, you gotta
5.
5. Okay, that is a hit, and that is enough to not be wounded, but it does push the story in a negative direction. As this kind of goes over you, your companions are like, "Hey, we got to get going." You're like, "Yeah, we got to get going," and you take a step forward, but your leg goes far to the left as you just kind of like do a power squat to the side, and you try and stand back up, and you're super dazed at this point. Companions need to help you get out of this area before you get your cognition fully back.
Why don't we just stay here?
Come on, Haven, we gotta get out of here. These fairies are gonna make us do drugs. And I'm gonna grab him and try to help him along. I'm happy.
Stop and go back.
I'm always lagging behind anyways. So
I'm leaning back as you're like pulling me to clomp down the trail.
You guys think we could book an Airbnb around here for the weekend or what?
I'm gonna need from Shorty. That's gonna be a might roll for challenge.
I'm gonna use my boon.
Yeah.
14.
13. Okay, yeah. These boons really help this game. That's going to be a crit. So not only do you grab Haven and you're like pulling him forward, showing the positive side of that body check from earlier, but you can double or nothing momentum or flare. Double or nothing will allow you to get not only him but everybody else out of this area before anything else can happen if you succeed.
Double or nothing.
Okay, go ahead and do one more roll. And this is going to be a much different roll because you've already spent the boon.
Yeah.
But you don't get that. And double or nothing, it's with the penalty die.
So that means I roll a dice and subtract it from my other total?
Just roll one less dice.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Ooh. Okay, so Shorty grabs onto Haven. You start just running, following after Snaps. Like, he knows exactly where to go. But as you go, like, Shorty gets a little too much of himself, having grabbed Haven. He then tries to grab the baseball bag from Ben and tries to help him forward, but it's weighting him down too much, and he's like trying to help you go forward as he's then getting tired and going slower, and he's actually pulling you back. Ben, how do you react to this?
Damn it, Shorty. I'm just gonna let go of my bag and let him fall.
Nice.
So you just drop the bag and throwing it back over to Shorty. Are you trying to drag the bag with you, or are you just gonna let that go because he let it go?
I mean, I do tend to copy the older kids, and I don't care about stuff very much. So I'm like, yeah, good idea, get rid of the bag, and I'm gonna start pushing them again.
Jeez.
Okay, with that, you guys are running, you're running, and you eventually get to that stone monolith, and you get around it, having gotten Haven far enough away from the cloud of dust that he had been breathing in. Haven, your consciousness really starts to really kick back in. You get control of your legs again as you guys get out of the terrain of the fairies. A little bit weird, and having lost most of that baseball bag of everything, unless Ben, you've got something in your hand. Do you have like a bat in your hand, or did you ditch everything?
Yeah, let's make sure I have one bat javelin for now. I'm not gonna roleplay this, but I'm gonna have a whole breakdown yelling at Shorty for a while. But you know, for getting rid of my sticks and my baseballs and all my stuff.
I'll do it for you. Man, how you gonna drop the bag? Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yep.
Oh, well, you're always screwing up. You're always screwing up.
We're allowed to cuss. We're out here. MF, you, F you.
Stop yelling, you guys. I have a headache. Come on.
I'm below the conch. I'm
kind of goes over to. I'm gonna call him right now. This is from Love, the Three Stooges, and you know how in that cartoon, the Jackie Chan Adventures, and Uncle kind of hits each of them on the forehead.
Yeah.
That's what Snap's gonna do. Like, da, 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 ba, ba.
Aw, Snaps. Right in the forehead, man. I'm gonna look at Pointer. No fair, you didn't get hit. Jerk.
Actually, I think that helped my head.
Hey, kid, don't you have a pocket full of rocks?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah?
Your
Your
rocks.
shirt's just
Is this a
rifling
trick
through.
question?
No, this is not a trick question. Give me your rocks.
It sounds like somebody's got some swearing to do. And I'll start handing him fistfuls of rocks.
I'll be
My
throwing.
rule is you can swear out here.
No, these rocks are too small. These ones are big enough. Find me rocks as big as a baseball that I can throw.
Throwing rocks. Yeah, I like throwing rocks. I could find you some. Hey, Pointer, keep an eye out for me.
How am I gonna throw a knuckleball with rocks?
You can throw this. I'll hold my hands out like this.
What's in there? I'm gonna open your hands.
It's a frog.
Oh man,
It's one of my pocket frogs.
Thought you were gonna get me
my
with
God.
this one.
I thought about giving you the finger or...
Yeah, I thought you were gonna give me the. Ooh, I throw this.
Guys,
I thought about it.
slightly off tangent, but anybody remember the Beavis and Butthead episode where they played frog baseball?
Oh. No frogs were harmed during the making of the show.
I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead as a kid.
Haven's gonna be like,
I'm just gonna
Haven's
kind
gonna
of
be-
hit everybody in the forehead again, like, come on, guys.
and I'm like, you know what? I think maybe we'd be all right as pirates ourselves, because we know where we are, but they don't seem to know where we are.
Don't you know what pirates have to do? They have to clean the poop deck. I don't even know what that is. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And then we'll all have chlamydia.
You know a lot of big words. I don't even know what you're saying half the time. That's not why we even brought you out here.
I got an A once.
Quick,
In,
how far are we away from where the pirates are right now?
After all of this, you guys are at dusk. It's pretty chill out. We're talking about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're probably half an hour away from where you can see their fire up top, where they're keeping the lookout point.
Naps looks at the group. Like I said, he kind of hits each of them on the forehead again and goes, quiet time. And then points at Ben and Haven to go right, and then kind of grabs Shorty by the ear and kind of pulls him towards the left.
Oh man, you're gonna rip it off.
Hey, Ben, this is our time. So we're going to the right now, and those guys are moving off over there. What's our plan? Do we want to go through with this, or do we want to go find the boat?
Yeah, let's find the boat.
That's a good idea. All right. We're going to sneak off, find the boat.
I'm just gonna say also, guys, having worked before as a PA, this is just like that. Herding cats.
I would like to make a notice check to see if I can deduce or see the boat, the mast from here, and I have rolled a 7 on that check.
Yes, down in Cannibal Cove. The ship is center. You can easily see it.
Why do they call it Cannibal Cove, Joshua?
The cannibal
don't
is
know that
the part of
answer.
the ant that's like this. It's the cannibal.
All right. Look,
I
it's
think
down
that's
there.
what you put in that jar. It's a can of bull.
Look, looks like they made anchor or landfall down in Cannibal Cove.
Oh, God, I hate the name of that place.
Always makes
All right,
me
let's-
always makes me hungry for some reason.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Let's go on down there and see if the boat's like left alone, see if it's open or free or whatever.
Hey,
So you guys spent the afternoon going up to the lookout. You're a half hour from there. You split up, and then two of you immediately decide, that's more interesting.
Go for the boat.
You pretty much pulling a Peter right now. But yeah,
If we don't, he will.
We are kids.
This boat is our only chance to escape. We
Yeah,
can't stay
and
on
then
this island.
And now that we made the decision,
going down. So we're going to leave the frame of both Baseball Ben and Haven for a moment, and we're going, as you walk down the mountain out of frame, we're going to then zoom in on where Snaps and where Short Stuff is. So as you guys make your way breaking away, you can see up ahead the firelight of the pirates that are at the lookout. What are the two of you doing?
Hey, Snaps.
So what? Looks at it. What?
When we get older, are we gonna be all weird and janky?
Snaps kind of gives a shrug as if saying, "I'm not, but I don't know if you are."
Oh, that's worrisome. Hey, how old till you can talk?
And then Snap just kind of shrugs again.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll look expectingly at Pointer. He can almost talk. Do we see?
Looked up.
Do we see pirates at the campfire or the
Yeah.
chief? Yeah. How many?
10.
10?
10.
Mm.
You guys just split the party.
Question. Usually when you're at camp, you would kind of, put your weapons or stuff aside, start getting stuff because you don't want it in the way. Are they kind of doing that? Do they have their weapons or supplies in one spot, fully unattended?
Fully unattended? No, there's not. There are 3 of them that are actively on lookout. How observant they are is kind of dependent per individual and how long they're actually looking towards the fire versus looking out over the terrain. But 3 of them are currently on minor patrol, and then the rest are just kind of sitting around the fire. Some of them do have cutlasses at their hips. Other people have taken muskets and kind of triangulated the muskets about 4 or 5 feet from the side of the fire. That way they're all kind of standing up against each other. So they have some weapons on them. Some of them are slightly put to the side. And aside from that base situation, they've knocked down a couple trees that they're kind of now sitting on. They don't have any tents. They have a single pole that's stuck into the ground that has a very tattered old sail piece. Roughly kind of triangle shape, though it's cleaved off at the end. And that's just kind of hanging in the breeze. And itself has just this slightest bit of frost rime going across it that glistens next to the fire.
What do you think, Snaps?
Yeah. Just kind of shrugs, and he's trying to look in the darkness, hoping to, spot Ben and Haven, even though they're not there. He doesn't know that.
They must be getting to a really good spot.
Pointer.
Actually, is there?
Oh yeah, good.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you're good.
I want to know if there's maybe I'm hoping kind of an unintended horn of gunpowder or something anywhere laying nearby.
Notice check.
Right. I'm gonna do it. Oh, well, I actually can roll 2. 9.
9. You managed to locate one of those horns of powder. It's not fully unattended. It's 4 feet from an individual that's sitting on one of the logs, and where you have the log, the horn itself is kind of swooped, leaning up against the very end of the log. So theoretically, the dude could scoot over, grab it, and then move off to whatever he needs to. But if you're stealthy enough, you could possibly kind of crawl up there, grab it, use a stick, a noose, something to abscond with it.
Snap's gonna look over at Shorty. They know each other for a bit. Is Shorty more sneaky than Snaps? I forgot.
I'm pretty sneaky.
You know what? Snaps is gonna kind of looks at Shorty and goes, kind of nods over at the gunpowder horn and just kind of goes as if, do you think you could grab that?
I'll look at. Yeah. Why? What's in it?
Snaps kind of makes a kind of like grabs a handful of dirt, kind of puts it on his palm, and then makes a boom, thing, as in gunpowder.
Flying dirt. Hell yeah. I'm on it. I'm gonna go try and steal it.
Stealth roll.
Yes. 10.
And
Nice.
I only got 2 days, but I got 10.
well,
Nice.
the target number we were looking for was a 6, so that's definitely a success. You are you like crawling forward to get it, or are you using a stick? How are you getting it?
I think I'm going to grab Pointer by the hips and like
And claw machine it?
yeah, claw machine it.
Sketch him out.
Okay. You move forward, you kind of like reach out, worm forward using Pointer. Pointer kind of like reaches, can't get it. And then he like swats your hands, spins around in a circle, and then the tail grabs it and pulls it to you. And like you let go of Pointer, it's still wrapped in the tail, and then he crawls across your back, across your feet, getting back to safety as you're still just prostrate on the ground.
I'm gonna like do like a pleased like nod and smile, and I'm gonna like tiptoe away. Exaggerated tiptoe though.
Snaps is gonna at this whole thing. He just kind of has his hand in his face, like, oh god, we're gonna die.
Pointer just like kind of like
Yeah, good idea.
Snaps
I'm gonna get some of the gunpowder, like just a bit. I'm gonna be like flying dirt, and I'm gonna be very disappointed. Crestfallen, if you will. Aw, I think it's broken. Snaps. Here you go. You can have it.
Snaps just gonna give that what the f look at both of them, and just takes the horn and quick, I totally forgot. We're just here to see the pirates, right? We weren't here to do anything to the pirates, right?
Yeah, we're here to murder all the pirates. I also had that question.
Yeah, we're here to murder the pirates.
So, you guys had seen the pirates. You know they're up at the lookout. You guys got sent on this mission to like, yeah, okay, go find out what they're doing. And then the two leaders have left you. And as now that you have the gunpowder, you have 10 pirates. No Captain Hook, no Shmee, just the pirates on the top of the lookout. And you're realizing, what are we supposed to be doing here? That point, there's a behind you, and once more here, the shadows, the elfin voice. I have one rule. Your friends are breaking that rule.
Oh God.
You never grow up. Ever in Neverland. Where'd your friends go?
Who?
One that smells like pork.
Oh, Hamvin?
Yeah.
I think they're on the other side of the clearing. That we were supposed to coordinate something. I don't remember what. But we found flying dirt. You want some, Peter?
Oh, no. I think, and he kind of points at the pirates. I think they want it. But Oh no, dirt's really hard to see in the dark. Throw it in the fire so they can see it.
Man, Peter, why did you come with us the whole time? You got all the best ideas. I'll, Peter's here. I'm emboldened very quickly. I'll look at Snaps. I'll give him like thumbs up. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna like kind of run out.
Snap with a horrified look on his face.
I'm gonna like what do you call it, like iPhone commercial it through the window kind of thing, like and just lob it into the thing. Pirate steak.
When that happens, Peter's just gonna look over. When that happens, Snap's just gonna look over at Peter and just kind of has his hands open, like, "What are you doing?"
And Peter just has this big grin across his face, chest up, hands on hips. The two people that could challenge his authority gone, and he is just loving the fact as the horn flies through the air. Throwing roll.
Oh, this ought to be good. Could have been worse. 4. I got the one dice.
A 4 is good enough to get anything into a big bonfire. It goes through, like there's this moment where it hits, and there's a fizzling of all of the powder that's like coming out the end that is quickly kind of fizzling away. The pirates are kind of, wait, what's going? And then it just explodes. At which point, a couple other horns.
Oh no. Before, when it's in the air, I'm going to scream, "Behold the flying dirt of short stuff!" And, that'll be...
When this happens, can I assume that since Snaps was a Chinese railroad worker on a blast team, he knows what happens when fire and gunpowder meet, right?
So,
as soon as that happens, sorry.
This is going to end up being, and we can save that description based off of how the rolls go. This is going to be an agility roll to defy or to stay alive. Almost got powered by the apocalypse there. Agility roll to stay alive, and something that we weren't directly using in this game for the more full Pulp Action is descriptors, where you have a couple of descriptors for your character and you can get a bonus or penalty die for that. Your history is going to give you a bonus die on this stay alive roll, trying to get away knowing what's about to happen.
I actually wrote down descriptors, I guess, out of instinct. I wrote down rough and tumble.
Okay, so I need for a short stuff. What is your agility roll to stay alive?
Is there any chance I can use athletics?
No.
No. Okay.
This is pure speed on the feet.
Fair enough. 3.
That is a failure.
Yes.
Before I give the damage, there's a chance we get a crit and a flare that might affect what happens to you. So I want to see that roll from Snaps.
Agility, right?
And you get a bonus die on top of whatever your rank is.
All right. 3 dice. Oh. 6. 11.
Here we are with another crit. Okay. So, you know what's about to happen. You know what Peter has just goaded Short Stuff into doing. And you watch as Short Stuff is just waiting a moment too long, waiting for the first one to start to go before really reacting.
Behold the flying dirt.
So, Snaps, not only are you going to not take damage from this, but on this stay alive, for the crit, get to push the story in a positive direction. How do you push the story in a positive direction?
Snaps, knowing around gunpowder before due to his past, quickly looks away, closes his eyes from the resulting basically flashbang, and basically grabs Shorty by the cuff of his, back of his shirt or whatever it is. And he's just like hauling ass before anything is happening.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wait. Actually, one more thing, if possible. As they're running, he's gonna chop down one of the ropes to the already set up tent.
okay, go ahead
Distraction or
and
something.
make a brawl roll as a challenge.
9.
9? Okay, yeah, you cut that, you get that distraction. You were basically covering your escape as just laughing and cackling. Peter kind of like lifts into the air as pirate bodies blown apart. Some of them entirely shrapnel, and others just like missing a leg, missing an arm. And as you are running into the darkness, trying to not get caught, trying to get to safety, we are going to now pan the camera down the mountain as both Baseball Ben and Haven have begun to go off towards the pirate ship. You get probably half-mile down the mountain. You've probably got another 45 minutes to an hour to get to the edge of the cove when you hear back up behind you and there's flares of light into the night sky.
Everyone's gonna hear that. Go, 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 go!
All right. So I take out towards the boat.
Yeah, we'll be like running for the next 30 minutes.
Okay, athletics checks.
I'm going to use one of my boons.
Actually, I will let this be an athletics or a fortitude for endurance. Your choice.
Athletics, and I will also use one of my boons. This is.
I'll use fortitude. Just it's the same, but
I rolled an 11.
6.
I think 6 is gonna do it, though. I think you're okay.
Six is going to do it.
Mhm.
One way to help gauge target numbers is if there's any chance somebody untrained could do the thing you're doing, it has to be at max a 6.
That's kind of what I was
You're good.
thinking. Like, someone could sprint on a 6, so he should be okay.
So you're running down the mountain. Baseball Ben definitely like doing better than you as you're kind of tiring out as you're going. He's got a bit more of the athletics. You got more of the streetwise as he's like keeping up with you. And Baseball Ben, that is enough for a crit. So you can go ahead and either double or nothing and get down before anything austere happens to your party. You can take momentum at whatever happens at the shoreline, or you can flare it.
I'll flare it. And as we're running down this trail, we certainly see that the safe way is going to take us another 30, 20 minutes or so, but off the cliff looks to be a little bit faster. And so we'll take a drop. We'll gain some speed by taking a dangerous drop here.
Okay, and because you're doing it with a flare, there's nothing I can say.
Perfect.
So you guys jump over the edge, very much running and deciding like, no, we don't need to turn, we'll just go. You go once
Aim
more.
for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes, crashing through them, multiple things snapping, maybe something on your end, but mostly the bushes as you tumble your way out, continue going. And as you're going, after hitting the ground, you're probably now just a quarter mile from the edge of Cannibal Cove, and overhead in the sky you hear, "Oh, we can't let that happen, can we? Oh, no, no, no. If you're not part of my tribe, you're not part of anybody's." You guys do.
Come on, Peter. We're going to sink the boat.
Pick up, bluff.
I am good at bluffing. So, all right. I'm good at bluffing, but I'm terrible at rolling. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix of abilities.
11.
Hey.
Okay. As you kind of like yell that out, blatantly giving away your position as you have continued onto the shore, but like saying it in such regard, you hear the voice once more just kind of shadowed from above as he is kind of taken to the mists of this rapidly condensed air due to his change in temperature overnight. And his response now is, "I'm gonna blow it up. Where did that come from?"
Yeah, come on, let's go.
The younger kids, we told them to take care of the guys up top, and we decided we'd take out the ship. That way they couldn't get away or come back.
That's why he was holding the horn.
It was all his idea. You can thank Haven.
That's conniving.
Yeah, I thought you'd like it.
Kind of
I was like, what would Peter do?
To view as you guys get to the edge, Cannibal Cove. He's about 20 feet above the ground, just kind of like pop to the side, kind of shoulders kind of slunk down as he's thinking. That's really conniving. Haven,
Yeah.
want a promotion?
Yeah, boss. I think that would be great.
Real quick, both Dungeon Master Ty and Joshua have received boons. Yours is specifically a more expensive Game Master power-up, so...
The
Do
Game
with that what
Master
you will.
power-up was given with the request for a TPK. You don't have to do
Oh,
it. You don't have to do it. No, you don't have to. I just want to let you know.
oh!
That's what the people in our chat call for.
That's what Vampire
Okay.
Bite's called for.
Hey, Captain
Okay.
Grimley is called for it too.
Okay. You want a promotion?
Yeah. What do you got?
Ooh. How do I know it was you and not you? And he looks back over to Baseball Ben.
Oh, I'm not smart enough.
Problem.
Look, I'm so dumb I lost all my baseball gear, so you know it was Haven's plan.
It's kind of a team effort, you know? I mean, we're like, what can we do to really make a difference? And I was like,
No,
maybe
no,
we could
it was all Haven's plan. I'm dumb. I'm not even Baseball Ben anymore. I'm just Ben now. I lost my baseball stuff. I don't even need this stupid hat. And I'll throw
Your
my hat
best
on the
friend.
ground.
Your best friend, Ben. That's what it
Peter
is now.
gets to the ground in front of you. You just bend.
Just Ben.
Just
Now,
bend.
not Baseball Ben. I dropped my stuff.
Starts walking around you. Walking around.
Yeah, it was a team, you know. I mean, really, it was a team effort.
It's not a team if he's not on the team anymore. He just wants to bend. Peter gets right up behind you. Which ways do you bend? And you hear him draw his dagger. He goes to like lacerate the back of your like at the hips, at the spine.
Is there such a thing as attacking Peter Pan?
Can attack Peter Pan.
This is going to be the
But for
time.
this, we are going to start with a stay alive roll, and is your choice agility for reflexes or brawl to fight back?
I am an agility boy. Let me try to agility myself out of the way. I've rolled a 9.
Okay. Go ahead and actually, I got a boon, a specific Dungeon Master one. Tell me about that.
That is Dungeon Master discretion. When I get one, I usually... usually it's like an extra dice, but sometimes it's like I summon a monster, or it's what you feel like.
Okay, well, Peter's rocking 7 straight through his stats. Someone go ahead and roll a d6 for me, and we'll just add that to all his stats.
Yeah! 4!
4. So Peter's rocking 11s right now as the universe has called for a TPK. That is not going to be enough to dodge his attack as he rakes it across your back. Peter has a special ability where he does double wounds when he's going for the kill. So that breaks through your battered, and you can go ahead and put an 11 for your injured number.
Perfect. I dropped to the
kinda-
ground screaming, "Ah!" Haven, tell him it was your plan, Haven.
Is it?
I see Ben just mutilated like that, and I got my shiv in my hand. I've had my shiv for hours, and I'm from Chicago. I'm just gonna feed PETA the shiv.
Okay, go ahead and make a brawl attack.
I have 2 in brawl, and I'm gonna use one of my boons.
Yeah, you just got a boon to go out with a bang. Actually, yeah. So this could be that.
And I had one. 10.
Ooh.
And
Probably. He's got 11 base.
he's got 11 base. You did not hit his toughness. So that is going to be a miss. And so that's no damage on your attack. At which point he kind of flies backwards. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's what I need. Tink, give him a little dance. And Tink flies over you, and there's just more pixie dust. Your anger kind of picks you up off the ground. Man, he nudges his head towards James Hook's ship. He begins flying in that direction. What do you do?
Flying me in that direction?
Peter's flying in that direction after you've been given the ability to fly.
Oh, I'll follow him.
Okay. As Peter flies forward, there's immediate calls of, Shmee! Shmee, load the cannons! He's coming! Everyone, all hands on deck! As people start moving up, they're pulling out pistols, pulling out rifles. Go ahead and make an agility roll to stay alive, as there's a fusillade.
I did my math right. I've got 1 boon left, and I'm not real agile. We determined that from the beginning, so I'm going to use it here.
Okay.
6.
That is going to succeed. So you duck, dive, dodge, getting away as Peter fully gets over the top of the ship as you're getting there, and Peter just shouts down to Captain Hook. Go ahead and kill Shmee! I got you a replacement! He's a lot smarter! It's gonna be a much more of a challenge! He looks over to you. Promotion. You do.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna land on the deck. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna come careening onto the deck, and I'm gonna be like, what?
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't.
Captain James Hook looks at you. I'm not killing Shmee! Me! Don't kill me! You're gonna try and buy your way politically onto this deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna use diplomacy, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna stand up straight, and I'm gonna say, Mr. Hook, Captain, sir. You know, my time with the Lost Boys is, well, I'm getting older now, and I needed someone to show me how to be a man. And Peter said I could be promoted. And
Hey, don't leave
well, sir.
me! Haven! Oh God, my spine! Haven! No! Haven!
Come on, Ben.
You hear from the sand.
Me and my best friend Ben would like to join your crew, Mr. Captain, sir.
Laying there bleeding by myself.
I mean, he's gonna die if you don't do something, but
Peter
he's a
kind
real
of
good worker.
lifts up out of the area as you're making this claim, and he just goes, "Who's Ben?" Make your diplomacy roll with the captain.
6.
6. At which point, Hook looks up towards Peter, fading, like, "You don't tell me what to do!" And Shmee goes, "No, he doesn't tell you what to do. Shut up, Shmee! You don't tell me what to do!" And Peter, as he's fading, just kind of like, "Sure I don't. He got closer than anybody to hold a coup. That in mind." And James Hook looks across to you. "You got your sea legs?"
Yeah. I should spend some time on the lakes,
Yeah. Let's talk to the other men. Why don't you go ahead and have a conversation with Plank over there? And you look over to a dude just sitting at the end of the walk the plank with a fishing rod. Not sitting with his legs off the end, but curled around either side, bent at a weird angle. As Peter continues to just fade into the distance, you see the little light of Tink following after him as Peter lands back on the shore right next to Baseball Ben and kind of looks at you. Eyes kind of going wide.
You son of a
Get ya?
bitch! You son of a bitch! Grab his tunic from the ground. I'll fucking kill you, Pen. I'll fucking kill you.
I'm sorry. Have we met?
And I'm just repeating, I'll fucking kill you, Pen.
Oh, you're one of the ones that went crazy. I know how to fix that. We can lobotomize you. And he just kind of takes the dagger and starts shoving it into your nose. Peter is off into the night, into the jungles. Where not too long ago, a massive explosion sent short stuff, snaps, haggardly away. What direction are you guys going as you're fleeing from those explosions? No sign of your companions around you.
I'm following Snaps.
What narratively? Because I have an idea narratively that this would be interesting. That would be possible for both Snaps and Shorty to like. They're far away from that he doesn't see them, but they kind of witness this whole thing, horrified.
Okay.
And at this point, kind of Snaps, kind of just thinking, looks over at Shorty, just puts his finger on his lips and on Shorty's lips, like, be quiet, and get the hell out of here.
I have my hand on your shoulder while you're guiding me through the forest, and I'm crying. And when you look back at me, my eyes are burnt out of my head from the explosion.
Yeah.
Snaps is gonna.
But yeah, fortunately I have this seeing eye pointer monkey. So
Snaps is gonna take off this bandana and just like kind of. I could take off this bit. Okay, kind of rolls it up, just quickly kind of like covers the Shorty's eyes, and just trying to lead them away from Pan, from all this, all the horribleness.
As you're going in the middle of the night, there's a rustle of bushes around you. And slowly rising from a bush, there is a coyote head, a fox head, and a skunk black and white stripe. Some of the natives kind of rising around you. And the one leading them, longbow or short bow in hand, all like feathers coming off the front of it, fur grip near the handle, kind of looks at the two of you. Oh, the time of season has come again. You have found yourself with no tribe. Any of us know the same.
Is Snaps talking? I can't see.
Snaps kind of. Snaps pats Shorty's hand, looks over at Lombo, and just goes, nods, and kind of looks over direction of where Ben was left to die and Haven was taken into pirates. Then back to Lombo goes. It's like shakes his head, then kind of pushes just Shorty towards Lombo. His hand on his heart, and kind of motions toward Longbow as if to take my friend, then points back at him and towards where the tree, corpse tree, the hanging tree is. I need to return. I need to look after the others still.
Okay. That short stuff. You get kind of pulled forward as the man that now grabs your hand, much larger, stronger, older, says, we'll see what Tiger Lily can do to help you. You get led off towards the native camp. Naps, moving back towards the hangman's tree. Where when morning comes, sun is bright, temperature warm and humid, there's a buzz in the air of excitement as all the children are playing, and Peter seems far more excited than he has been in a very long time. That is where we're going to end our story for the evening.
Yeah.
All right. Hell
awesome.
yeah. Great job as always, Joshua.
That was
Thank
some of
you.
the most fun I've had
That
in a
was
game.
so awesome.
That was crazy. I had such a good time. But yeah, so we're ending there. This was Milestone Plays Pulp Action System in Action. Joshua, of course, being the creator of that. It is a setting neutral D6 narrative system. It's very fun, and you can do anything you want. We've done Jurassic Park, Neverland, and the first one was Star Wars. And you can see all those on our YouTube. Check out Joshua running all of those games. I have been Johananon at RockFact on Twitter and at Johananon1 on TikTok.
I'm Casualty CDG, and you can find me at Casualty CDG on all the social medias. And I love Joshua. He's a great guy. He's a great game master. He makes great games and just runs them in such a beautiful way. You can find me and Jahan here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, playing board games, playing tabletop games, reading systems, and interviewing game creators and other people in the industry. Also, we have a podcast called Fresh Out the Podcast. It's kind of like Fresh Out the Box, except we swapped the word box for podcast. And that's where we talk about movies and games and streaming shows. So you should check us out where all podcasts are available.
Got who's next?
Go ahead.
I can go. I'll just.
Oh, yeah, go, Ty. Go.
Okay, yep. Dungeon Mr. Ty on Twitter at Adventure Slaying. Also on Twitter. We are currently playtesting our new Varden game system. It uses our Fortunes D4 system. It is a rules moderate system set in a sci-fantasy world that has some familiarity to it, but also a lot of unfamiliarity in terms of the kinds of things you can do and the kinds of creatures that you might see and things like that. We're having a lot of fun playtesting it right now. The playtest materials are actually on the website if anyone wants to check those out at adventuresling.com. We're releasing version 1.5 tomorrow. So you might want to wait until maybe Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, I will be running the final session of a series in New Varden on Time Lord's Wife on Twitch, and with a wonderful cast, Darth Cyrillish, Eversalt, Phantom NJ, Harley Hero, and the Time Lord's wife herself. So hopefully you get a chance to check that out. Also, you can find our Discord on the website and all of our socials. Joshua, this was really a lot of fun. I never dreamed I'd become part of Hook's crew, and now a childhood fantasy I never knew I had has been fulfilled.
Well, I am the dastardly dashing Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is usually at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell does stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and on Wednesdays, at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm on the Nat 20 Productions official channel, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition in a homebrew world called Edge of Legend. And usually on, I believe it was 6 p.m. on Thursday nights, I co-host a show called Toyzilla Live on the Toyzilla Network, where we talk about toys and collectibles, because I'm still a big kid. And yeah. Oh, and yeah, Joshua, I had so much fun tonight. This has been absolute blast. And you know what? I'm already have some headcanon stories going on in my head. Like, I think a certain someone's gonna raise a Neverland resistance.
Fantastic. Yes, I'm Joshua Sullivan of Milestone Play. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, startplaying.games to hire me as a professional dungeon master. I do have a couple 5th edition D&D one-shots coming up. One of them is actually an introductory game to introduce new players to a table for a long-running campaign, so you have a chance to meet people before you commit to that. I do have a 16th level Legendarium one-shot where you can go in and just kind of wreck shop within the deep history of my world and tell me how some of the stuff in my world happened. If you want to support me independently or support Pulp Action specifically, you can head over to patreon.com/milestoneplay, where I will provide as much of this information as I can. And then you can also vote for what community-free games that I do run on a monthly basis. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you for enjoying the story, for those of you who watched. And honestly, thank you for just letting me be the maniacal pan that I want to be.
Absolutely exceptional stuff. Thank you everyone for being here on the show, and thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for all the follows, the hype train, the subs, everything. You're an amazing audience, and thank you for all the boons and dooms. We love you guys, and stay fresh.